Susan Rogers, the legendary producer behind Prince's Purple Rain, later became a cognitive neuroscientist and now teaches at Berklee College of Music, where she runs a research lab. Anyway, I recently came across her book, This Is What It Sounds Like. It was co-written with Ogi Agus, and I found it at Grimey's bookstore here in Nashville while a friend visiting from the Czech Republic was happily buying armfuls of vinyl. A dream day for him. Anyway, she writes how we all listen to music in a unique manner based on 7 factors. And what I'm about to say connects in a small but important way to the second release in the series 2 weeks, One Song, Discipline Sharpens the Artist. Make it live. In the first chapter, Susan writes about one of the factors, authenticity. She tells the story of a band called the Shags, 3 sisters whose father believed a premonition that they would change music. They had absolutely no musical training. He isolated them to keep them pure and pushed them through a strict practice routine. The result was an album called Philosophy of the World. Now, to most listeners at that time, it sounded awkward, even painful. They all said that it was incompetent. It disappeared in 1970, absolutely. But years later, musicians began to rediscover it. Terry Adams, the underground punk band leader of NRBQ, said their music had its own inner logic and convinced a label to re-release it. Frank Zappa, a musical genius that we all know, called them better than the Beatles. Rolling Stone called the album priceless. LA Weekly, prestigious magazine, said, judged by its honesty, it might be the greatest record of all time ever made. So why would respected musicians and critics say that? Susan's answer is because it's authentic. Authenticity is the heart of music, the emotion that completely based on a genuine, childlike, unfiltered, unprotected feeling was generated. That idea matters to me as it validates for me the approach that the release of my song Cleo is all about. I almost didn't release it. I wrote it in 3 hours before Cleo was put down. She's a dear friend of 14 years. One of my truest friends. She knew me, she protected me, and I cried through every lyric. I sang it to her before she died. And when recording it, I made a decision. I thought, the production's going to be stripped back, and if my voice quivers, so be it. I will leave it as is. And yes, my voice does quiver, but I'm keeping it. I kept it. And this is my goodbye song to her. So reading Susan's book basically gives me the courage to release it exactly that way. Not to prove anything, but to say I'm learning from people who know music far more deeply than I do, who have a great deal of success, and that their good wisdom has validated my instinct. So thank you, Susan Rogers. Thank you, Ogi Agus. This book will stay close to me for a long time.
It's torn into